welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the 5 ways that I've prepared myself for VCE, aka Year 12. I wanted to start a little bit of a series on this channel this year where I post an extra video each week to accomplish my goal of posting twice a week, but I knew that I wanted it to be a sit-down video just because it's easier for me throughout the week to edit and get up, and my goal for Year 12 this year is to document everything with my friends, all the fun moments, all the laughs, all the study nights, all the motivation of exams and stuff, because I know it can help so many other people out there, and I don't see many Year 12s posting a lot, to be honest, with study content, and the ones who do post, I find it so helpful. So I thought I'd talk about the ways that I've prepared this year, because I truly believe that the key to succeeding in Year 12 is preparing beforehand. If you rock up on the first day and you haven't actually thought about how you're going to do it, it makes it 10 times harder, because not only are you navigating having such a big workload, you're also navigating how to balance that. So I really sat down with myself. We had 3 months off from Year 11 to Year 12, and in that 3 months I reflected, I thought about what worked in Year 11, what didn't work, and I sort of learnt from that and grew from that. And I can confidently say that after 2 days back at school, I feel so calm because I prepared myself beforehand. So if you're in a similar boat to me and you're going into Year 12 this year or next year, definitely stay and listen to the rest of this video. If you like videos like this or vlog style videos, definitely subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos coming your way. All my social medias are always in the description box if you want to keep up with my everyday life every day. And without further ado, let's jump into how I prepared myself for the best Year 12 I can possibly have. I've got a little notes list on my phone of all the things I did. Some of them are more elaborate than others, and ones that I'll have to elaborate on, and other things are kind of simple and very self-explanatory, but things that you mightn't be thinking of. The first thing is that I developed my interchangeable study schedule beforehand. Now, I use the word interchangeable as a key word in that sentence because I feel like it's kind of impossible to develop a study schedule for yourself and expect yourself to follow that the whole year. Things change, people change, plans change, life is life, and if you have a stuck study schedule, especially on the weekends, it can be really hard to follow that all year round, and that's when you slack off, you don't study. So what I've done throughout the school week, I've set myself a study schedule because I know realistically I can stick to that. I can stick to a strict study schedule on the weekdays because it's pretty predictable. I have school, and for me that looks like Monday school, after school study, Tuesday school, and then training. I'll talk about a bit later, but having a sport or something outside of school is so important in Year 12 as well. Wednesday, school, train, and go to the library. Thursday, study before school. I didn't know if I mentioned that on Tuesday, but also study before school, and then go to school and training. And then Friday, study before school and then go to school. And I know that I can balance that and that it just works well for me. And then on the weekends, I knew that realistically I couldn't tell myself to study at 11 a.m. every single Saturday, because I know that I have a social life and I have content and I have things to do and places to be, and it was just impossible to follow that. So what I did, which I saw another guy on YouTube do, which I thought was so smart, he set a 2-hour block for Saturday and Sunday for morning, midday and night, and each week he chooses which one he'll complete, because depending on his plans will depend on the one that he does. For example, coming up I have my sister's engagement party, which is at night, so I'll choose the morning study block. But if on a Saturday morning I choose to train with my athletics group, I will choose the midday maybe study block or the night one. That way you're still getting your study block in on the weekend, but it's not affecting your plans. You can keep up with it and it's realistic, and I feel like that's something I'm going to adapt so well this year. Haven't really experienced a weekend yet being back at school. This is sort of the first one, but even tomorrow I know that I'm hanging out with a friend and I have to go for a run and I have to prep for the week ahead, so I'm going to choose the night study block because I know that's the only time I'm going to have time to do my homework. And for me that's really helpful because I always have I don't know, it's not a fear, but just I'm very conscious of locking myself into all these plans and then things changing and then it just doesn't work, and that stresses me out more than anything. Like sometimes I can overplan. So something for me this year was to not overplan as much and just have one place where everything is planned. Having that like study schedule to follow, I just feel like will help so much, and just having a study schedule in general, like instead of being like, oh, I'm just going to finish my homework after school. And sometimes there will be moments like that where you get assigned homework that you weren't expecting, that you couldn't have planned for a week in advance, and you might have to do that outside of those blocks. But this is just a guideline to follow. It's not saying you can't study any more than 2 hours on a Sunday if you're feeling motivated. No, not at all. It's just saying that like that's the bare minimum that I expect from myself, and that's the standard that I am setting for myself. And I just think having that interchangeable, the reason I say that it's interchangeable is because I've done it on Notion, so it's online. So every single Sunday I'm going to switch out what I have on that week, and then I am going to like reassess where I can put my study periods, because I feel like having it online, you can just adjust it to like whatever you're going through or whatever you have on that week. So that's what I do. I have a year 12 Notion page, and it's so helpful. The next thing that I've done this year, which I don't know if this is an organization hack or more just a way to look forward to year 12, I've made a lot of conjoined Pinterest boards with my friends. If you don't already know, on Pinterest when you make a board you can share it with someone, and my friends and I have a schoolies one and a year 12 one, and we all collectively pin ideas on there of fun things to do throughout the year. And I think just having those exciting things to look forward to is a great way to prepare yourself for year 12, especially if you're feeling stressed or anxious about the workload or how much you're going to have on, because I know that I'm going to have those little moments every single day throughout the year that are just going to make it so worth it. I've got a festival coming up with my friends. We're going to do a Valentine's Day at school. We've got athletics, carnival, swimming day. So many little things that I'm going to like remember forever and just like cherish. Even like senior year boxes. We've decorated our lockers. I've put fairy lights inside, but romanticizing it a little bit. And even Wednesday nights when we go to the library, we're going to get dinner at Grilled, and that's going to be like our little midweek little treat pick me up. And just having those things to look forward to is so nice. And part of year 12 is having those people who support you. Having those conjoined Pinterest boards, it may sound a bit silly, but I honestly look at them all the time when I'm feeling a bit down or not as motivated, because I'm like, this is what we're doing it for. The next thing that I cannot emphasize the importance of enough is a Google Calendar and a planner. I have a whiteboard planner, which is actually down there. Okay, I just filled it out for the month of February because tomorrow was the 1st of Feb. I have a Google Calendar, which is online. I have that on my laptop and my phone, and they're sunk together. And then I have my physical planner, which I get from Steph Pays Planners. If you've been following my channel for a while, you'd know that I absolutely love Steph Pays Planners. They are my favorite planner brand. I've never bought my Steph Pays planner to school before, but I recently started doing it this year, and it has been so helpful because teachers will give me sack dates, and being able to write it in my life planner allows it to fit into my life rather than having two separate things, because I feel like that's never worked for me. I need it all in one place. My planner is about that big, and it says 2026 on it, and it's so aesthetic and pretty, and I love it so much. Anything that you can plan, like you can't physically keep it all in your head in year 12, and I like to know when I have a sack coming up so I can study 2 weeks before, not the night before, and it's just so helpful. I started using a Google Calendar last year. I didn't even know what it was before. I just solely used Notion, and I loved Notion, but Google Calendar makes it so easy. If you book an appointment, it automatically adds it to your Google Calendar. You can color code it. My friends and I have like an inside joke that my Google Calendar is like, it looks like a rainbow at this point because I have so much going on, but it seriously makes sense in my brain. I can set tasks, and as I said, because it's on my phone, I actually have a widget on my phone, and it's just like the absolute best because I can see what's happening. I know what's going on, and I just love my Google Calendar so much. Like, sponsor me Google, because I love my Google Calendar. Some other good planner brands are Papier, Steph Pays Planners, even Kmart and Target have really good ones if you don't want to spend a lot of money on them. Honestly, my favorite part of the new year is buying my new planner for the year. I love it. I got a whiteboard planner for Christmas too, and that was something I didn't know I needed till I had. Waking up and just seeing your calendar right in front of your face every single morning helps me so much, and I can rub things off as someone who like is a bit nervous of having things set in stone. I love that I can rub it off and rewrite things, or just have those little notes where it might be like, oh, I need to pack my toothbrush for my year 12 camp, and you just like write that up, and it's so helpful. So one thing I feel like is a necessity in year 12, it's not even something I recommend, I feel like it's a must, like you can't do year 12 without it, is having some sort of planner or diary. Or I know a lot of schools provide them, my own school provides them for us, but I like to get my own just to make it a little bit aesthetic. My next thing is more if you're in year 11 now watching this video and you have the opportunity to do so, but doing a unit 3 and 4 in year 11 is like life-changing. Last year I did a year 12 subject in year 11. If you're not in Australia and you don't understand that system, it's a little bit hard to explain, but in year 11 you do unit 1 and 2 of a subject, and then in year 12 you do the unit 3 and 4 of the same subject. So by the end you've done the whole entire subject of course. You can do that, but basically 2 years earlier. So you do Unit 1 and 2 in Year 10 and then Unit 3 and 4 in Year 11. I did that with Health and Human Development because I knew health was a really strong suit for me. I knew it was a very content heavy subject and that it would be better to just focus on memorizing everything for that the year before actually getting into Year 12. And it has honestly helped me so much this year having that subject out of the way. Not only am I now able to do one extra subject compared to everyone else, which will boost my ATAR, but it also allows me to understand how a Year 12 subject works. And there are so many mistakes, not even mistakes, but just things I wouldn't do again that I did last year in that Year 12 subject when there wasn't as much writing on it, that I'm so glad I know now. But just having that knowledge, knowing how to navigate Year 12 before already having been in it, being in that environment of a Year 12 class, it makes it way less shocking when you actually get to Year 12. Also, don't mind my nail, guys. I'm getting them redone today, this afternoon at 4 o'clock. But I have one at the moment, so bear with me. Yeah, doing a 3 and 4, I could not recommend it enough. Particularly do it in something that you're interested in. I know I was actually excited to do health because I was like, damn, I actually get to do a subject I'm really interested in. But yeah, it's so worth it. It's not even about being academic or being smart. It just teaches you so much and prepares you in such a way that nothing else can. So yeah, I'm so grateful that I did Units 3 and 4. It also allowed me to have one really strong subject with a good study score that I know I've worked hard for, and it also allowed me to have that bit of a shock when I got my study score back and didn't get exactly what I thought I was going to get, to be like, damn, I actually need to work harder next year. And it gives you that like clarity and sort of humbles you a little bit of like, okay, it actually takes a lot of hard work to get to where I want to be. The last thing or way that I prepared for Year 12 was understanding how I'm going to do Year 12 before doing it. This may sound weird and you may be like, Grace, what are you talking about? I essentially did a lot of planning, a lot of journaling, set up my study schedule and thought to myself, how am I actually going to do this? How am I actually going to do well before getting into Year 12? I didn't want to rock up on the first day and be thinking to myself, how am I going to do this? I wanted to rock up the first day and be like, I know this is how I'm going to do this. And that can come in so many different forms, but for me that looked like having my study schedule already laid out, having my stationery already organized, doing it like a month before, and then I had a month of holidays and I felt fresh back and it was just all done. So as soon as you finish Year 11, I really recommend doing your back to school shop straight away and just thinking over the holidays, how am I going to do Year 12? What are my goals for the end? Because it feels way less overwhelming than when you haven't thought about that and you get back to school and all the teachers are like, what do you want to do? What are your goals? This, that, and you're just like, crazy overwhelmed, like information overload. I feel like I haven't experienced that on the first day of Year 12 because I've already thought about where I want to be, where I want to go, and how I'm going to do that. But with that all being said, that is just a few little ways that I've prepared myself for Year 12 this year. Just 5 small habits or tricks or tips. Let me know if you want to see any more videos like this and what other Year 12 style videos you would find helpful. Let me know any other just lifestyle content that you want to see in 2026. I'm really excited to stick on my word of posting twice a week and just growing this channel and sharing a lot more just life stuff. I'm going to have my license soon. I can vlog car bits. Like, I just feel like I have a lot of freedom to vlog and be creative this year, which feels so good. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Once again, hit that notification bell and follow all my Instagrams, TikToks down below because I'm usually posting there like every day consistently because YouTube takes a little bit more work. Yeah, I'm gonna go have a great Saturday. I've got to go for a run. I'm getting my nails done. I've got a packed weekend. Tomorrow I'm going shopping. I'm getting Yochi with my friend. I'm hoping I can get 50% off if I do the 10,000 steps challenge that they're doing every Sunday. And I've got, yeah, Year 12 camp from Monday to Wednesday. I'm gonna try and vlog a few clips from that, probably for a bit of a weekly vlog. The grind starts now. I fear the Year 12 grind begins, especially when you have so many other aspects of your life that you're trying to balance. Earlier in the video I said I'd talk a bit about training, but just having something outside of school that makes you feel good that isn't studying is so important. For me, that's running. I go for a run, it clears my head, it gets me moving, it gets me outside, it gets me socializing. Even if you're so busy, even if you want like a 99 ATAR, it's so important to have that break or that thing. And it's just, yeah, it's made such a big difference to my mental health, and also just keeping a social life, just keeping all those elements of your life, even when it's really busy. You can do it. I believe in you, and I will see you guys in the next video.